do this. Okay, we're rolling, I think. Right, good morning everybody. It's Wednesday the 8th of January 2020 already, and I'd like to welcome you to my first ever vlog. We're not new to videos, so most of you will know about our YouTube videos, but I thought it would be nice to start doing this vlog. We've talked about it for a while, but we thought that now is the right time to do it, so I'll explain a little bit more about what we're going to do in it later. But for those of you who don't know me, my name is Sarah Humphrey and I'm a professional hand embroiderer. Okay, so what does that mean? I do actually make my living out of it, so it means I'm a full-time embroiderer. I make my living out of hand embroidery. So I trained at the Royal School of Needlework, so they are based down at Hampton Court Palace down in Surrey, and I did the 3-year apprenticeship, so this is back in 2003, 3 years full-time learning hand embroidery. So the first 2 years were spent just stitching 5 days a week, 7 hours a day, 5 days a week, and we learnt about 25 different embroidery techniques. And then the 3rd year was spent down in the Royal School's studios, where we learnt some conservation techniques, we learnt restoration and the difference between the two. We did exhibitions, we did tours around the studio, we learnt to run the shop, we did projects, anything that was happening to learn the business of hand embroidery and all the different elements that come together to make that. So I graduated in 2006 and I continue to teach for the school on their certificate and diploma programme alongside another teacher while I cut my teeth. And I did that for about 10 years, teaching down in Rugby as well with a colleague. I helped to set up the Rugby Royal School of Needlework branch, and I did that for about 3 years as well. I went to America with them and taught in America, and I've taught day classes for them as well. So after a while I decided to strike out on my own, and so now, although I still teach for the RSN, I still do some day classes with them. I do some private lessons as well. I've taught in a few other venues around the country in the past few years. We run the shop, we do our YouTube videos. So I do a little bit of everything. If you want to go down this route, you have to be prepared to have lots of fingers in lots of pies and have a go at lots of things. But that's what makes it really interesting, actually. There's always something different to have a go at. I've also worked on some commissions and some exciting commissions, some for the school, some on my own as well. I've written some books, so I wrote the RSN Guide to Silk Shading, and I contributed to Embroidery and Maker's Guide for the Victoria and Albert Museum, so they were really fun projects to do. I live in the north of Nottinghamshire, so I live in Robin Hood country. Sherwood Forest is actually just down the road. You can walk to it from my house, which is fantastic. And maybe one day I'll take you a walk into Sherwood Forest. I'll take the camera with me and we can go and have a look together. I work from my beautiful studio here in my garden. I work alongside my husband Jonathan. So Jonathan manages our shop. We've got a very active mail order shop. See online, where you can buy lots of embroidery goodies, equipment, materials, threads, all those little bits and bobs you can't find anywhere else. So that's what Jonathan does. He manages the shop, he does all the orders, he deals with the customers, he packs up the kits, he restocks the shop. So he does that side of it, and I do the creative side. So I do all the stitching, I do all the designing, I plan what we're going to do next, I do some teaching on the side, not so much teaching now because we're concentrating on online because we can reach more people online, so mainly here, but I have got some classes booked in other places and I'll take you along to those classes when we do those as well. Okay, so why am I vlogging? Being an embroiderer is about more than sending out fabric and threads. It's about more than making a video on chain stitch. It's about more than going to a class and teaching. So I thought it might be interesting to show you the different aspects of my life as an embroiderer, what goes on in between, how I get from one part to another part, how I do my designing, where I get my inspiration from, and maybe some things as well that you wouldn't necessarily associate with embroidery, but that also need to be done. So when you work for yourself and you work in this kind of environment, you have to be master of all trades. You have to do everything. So I'd like to show you a little bit of that as well, and how it all ties together, and so that you can see behind the scenes, you can see what we do in context, and you can just have a little nose around and see what my life is like. So I'd like in this vlog as well to not just cover embroidery. I have other things that I like to do, and that all tie into the whole creative process as well, and I think it might be quite interesting to show you some of those as well. So I like painting, and I like drawing, I like crafting, anything that's creative really, and a lot of those things cross over into the other disciplines, so I'd like to do some of that with you also in this vlog. So we'll do a little bit of that. So I might go out for the day and see if we can find some inspiration somewhere, so I'll take you along and show you that as well. So I'd like to use this opportunity as well to tell you what else we're going to do this year. It's the beginning of the year, it's a new year, and we've got lots of things planned. I'm off to India in 2 weeks time, exactly 2 weeks yesterday, so I will be filming some of that as well, so I'm excited to show you that, and the preparations that I'm going to do for that. We've just started, we put one up, and we've just started doing YouTube stories as well. So YouTube stories, if you're not familiar, is a little kind of, it's like a moving image almost, a little snapshot of what is happening in my day, if you like. Something that maybe is not worth making a whole video about, but I might see something interesting I want to show you, and I want it to move. I want you to see what's happening, and I'll put that on YouTube stories. So I'm hoping to do that for India. I'm going to do it in the run up to India, while I'm in India, and then when we get back as well. Now they're not up for very long, they're only up for 7 days, and you can only view them on a mobile device or a cell phone if you're my friend from across the pond, my friends from across the pond. And I'll just show you actually how you do it. So if I got a connection. Okay, so if you go to my YouTube channel, it's me, and then if you scroll along the top here, you get to stories. If you press stories, then anything that we upload for stories will be in here. So this is the one that we did last night. You can view that. So just go to my YouTube channel on your mobile device, click stories, and anything we put up will be there. And you can kind of follow along with what I'm doing and what I'm up to, little snippets of fun things that you won't see anywhere else. We will also put the vlogs that we make in a separate, what are they called, Johnny? What we'll also do with the vlogs is we'll put them in a separate playlist on the YouTube channel, so you can see them all in order, and you can view them chronologically and go back and find them easily. We've got a lot of videos on YouTube now. I think it's over 150 stitching videos on YouTube, so they could get a little bit lost in there, so we'll do a separate playlist and we'll put them on the website as well, or on YouTube, and you can find them there. Right, so other things that we're going to be doing this year, when I come back from India, we're going to be doing the vlogs, we'll do some YouTube stories. We're hoping to do another distance learning class this year. I know some of you have been asking this for a long time now. Take a lot of work to do, so it sort of gets pushed to the back a little bit, but we have got one stitched and ready to go, and all planned as to when we're going to film that and when it's going up, so look out for that. There'll be more information on that on the website as and when that's ready. We've got more YouTube videos planned. We're going to keep feeding that, some more stitches, some more projects. We're also going to do a great section on beginning embroidery. We have a lot of people ask us about how to get started, and when you've been doing it for a long time, you can forget that a little bit, that some people think, oh, I don't actually know where to start. So we're going to do a whole series on how to get started on embroidery, and that's coming next. I'm quite excited about that too. Okay, so where can you see what we do? So we have a website, so www.sarahhumphrey.com. That's got all of our shop is on there. We have all of our videos on there too. There's galleries of work, lots of stuff on there, some free stuff page if you want some free designs, and some worksheets, those are on there as well. I'm also on social media, so I'm on Facebook, Instagram as well, and obviously YouTube. Just search for my name and you'll find me very easily. If you want to follow us on YouTube, you can subscribe to us, and that will tell you when we've uploaded a new video. Don't forget to click the little bell for that. That will send you notifications. Do comment on the social media and the YouTube. It's always great to hear from you, what you have to say, and any ideas that you have that you might want to share, or anything you might want to ask me. So it's always great to chat to you on social media, so you can follow along with us on all of those different platforms. So I think it's time for me to get on with my day and let you get on with your day too. I hope you'll follow along and find it interesting. Give me some comments and some feedback, and I know what else to include and what you might be interested to see as well. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.